Madam,
Yes.
yeah, we may start.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Yes,
so,
I'm.
yeah, we can start. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good afternoon to everyone. I welcome all of you in this webinar, Digitization and New Business Model in Electricity Sector. Here myself, Dr. Oshim Datta, Head Department of Electrical Engineering, Mizoram University. Initially, I would like to give a short insight on our university and department. Mizoram University, Central University, accredited A grade by NET in 2019, and as per NIRF ranking, one of the top 100 universities in India. The Department of Electrical Engineering under the School of Engineering and Technology and runs BTech, MTech, and PhD programs. And firstly, I should thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor KRS Prabhasiva Rao sir, for supporting this webinar. Actually, sir in background has managed everything. We organizing secretaries here in Leaflet as a namesake only. Thank you, sir. And thank you, sir, for your inspiration and continuous guidance for such kind of activities. Now, it is my privilege to introduce our today's eminent speaker, Professor Ipta Thakur. He is currently professor in the National Institute of Technology, Bhopal. He is a graduate in electrical engineering with master's degree in power electronics from IIT Kanpur and has a PhD degree from IIT Delhi. He has been recipient of several awards such as Commonwealth Research Scholar at University of Dundee, UK, Commonwealth Academic Fellow at Durham University Business School, UK, co-found senior researcher at Durham University Business School, visiting faculty
सर एक
at
सेमिनार
Asian
लेना सर,
Institute of Tech.
फिर मैं बात करते हैं आपसे. जी जी. ओके ओके.
Yeah, no problem. She is visiting faculty at Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok, technical member of International Electrotechnical Commission, SECPUR Group, ISGF Working Group member, etc. He has teaching and research experience of 28 years and has nearly 100 publications to her credit. She has also been a consultant for evolving a possible common South Asian electricity market. She has done various consultancies for distribution companies in India. And obviously, special thanks for the Madam Professor Ipta Thakur for accepting our invitation and being here, taking out her precious time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just I am checking. Sir is connected or not? Not connected. No? Okay. So now I would like to hand over this session to our respected speaker, Professor Tiptaman.
Thank you, Dr. Asim Datta, for very kind introduction. And I would like to thank the VC of the Mizoram University, Dr. KRS Sambhasiva Rao. And I have been seeing that how dynamically your university is arranging webinars. So that has really fascinated me. And finally, I got this opportunity to be a part of your webinar series. And it's my pleasure to understand what is Mizoram University and how you people are doing. So today I am going to talk about the digitalization, a new business model in the electricity sector. So as we all have been hearing this, that everything becomes digital. So what is basically a digital? We are seeing that today I am sitting in Bhopal, far away from Mizoram University, and I am able to connect with all of you. So this is all possible because of the digital and interconnection and internet things only. So this we have been hearing everything is going to become digital. So what do we mean by digital? So digital technology permeates modern life, affecting everything from the way we work, we travel, we live and play. And this digitalization is having a lot of promises for the future, because it is going to help us to improve our safety, productivity, efficiency and sustainability of everything. And here, as we are electrical engineer, so we would like to see that how this is going to impact us in a big way, and how this digitalization is going to help us. So basically digitalization is a growing application of ICT across the economy, including the power sector or energy system. So the digital world is basically having three fundamental elements. One is data, the second one is analytics, and the third one is connectivity. So data means we are having a digital information. Analytics means we are going to assess the data so that we can get out of it the useful information and the insight. And connectivity means exchanging the data between human, device and machine. And this is machine to machine learning. And this is all possible through digital communication network. So this trend towards greater digitalization is basically lying on all these three players: data, analytics and connectivity. And these actually we have been seeing that there is an increased volume of data, and that is because of the cost of sensors and data storage are continuously declining. And there we have seen that there is a lot of progress which took place in the data analytics. In fact, many universities have started a new separate engineering degree in the data analytics. Like in Bhopal we have ISER. You might be hearing about this, Indian Institute of Science and Research, ISER, in the pattern of ISCR Bangalore. So they have started, earlier they were thinking to start BTech program in electrical engineering. Finally, with lot of consultation, last year they started, instead of electrical engineering, they started a BTech degree program in the data analytics. So we are seeing that there is a rapid progress which is taking place for the analytics, advancement in analytics, and all this is possible because there is a computing capability which are available. We know that we are towards the quantum computing facility, so that progress is taking place in this area. And when we talk about the connectivity, so we know that how we are able to connect faster with cheaper data transmission nowadays. And this COVID-19 pandemic era has actually gave us new insight for this connectivity. Our works we are able to complete because of this connectivity only. So for anything to goes towards the digitalization, the basic fundamental pillars are three: data, analytics and connectivity. And this you can see that how the progress took place in the world. If you see the global internet traffic, then we have been witnessing an internet traffic, and this is expected to increase more in future. Till 2079, this figure is showing that in 10 years interval, if you can see in this figure, that in 1987 we are having only 2 TB global internet traffic, and petabyte, 2 terabyte, and in 1997 becomes 16 PB petabyte, and in another 10 year 2007 becomes 54, another 10 year it becomes 1.1 zettabyte, which is 10 to the power 21 bytes. So we will see that in future this will increase. So there is a constant increase in the global internet traffic. And also if you see the pattern of connectivity, then you can see that how this connectivity has increased tremendously in the coming year. So these trends in connectivity are shown with two competitive example. Like first, we want electricity everywhere. So one of the sustainability goal, SDG goal, is to provide electricity to all. And this SS of electricity is compared with the SS of internet. So if you see in the first figure, which shows the electricity comparison with the internet comparison as far as access rate. So then you can say that electricity access rate since 2007 to 2017 is almost constant. But if you see the internet access, it has increased gradually, and we will see that it will surpass electricity access. So in future also we will see huge increase in the connectivity, in the internet connectivity. And the second one shows the mobile broadband subscription for developed nation and developing countries. And so the dark blue color shows the developed countries, and slight light blue color shows the developing country data. So you can see that there is a huge increase in the mobile broadband subscription from the developing countries. And we can very proudly say that in India, our telecommunication sector is at par with any developed nation, and in fact, it is better than any nation. And we can witness that even our sabji wala, even our rickshaw wala, everybody is having mobile and internet connection, which is helping them. Even the poor people, children are able to read and attend the classes with the help of connectivity through their mobile. So the key message here that connectivity is increasing rapidly, and this is happening particularly in the developing world. And India and China, earlier known as the developing world, but now it is not fair to tell them developing world. China is almost developed and number 2 in every indicator, and sometimes it is number 1 also. And India is number 3 in many indicator, like in electrical engineering. We are always interested to know about the installed capacity. So our present installed capacity, which is more than 372 gigawatt, and we are number 3rd in the world as far as installed capacity is concerned after US and China. So it is not fair to tell the China and India as a developing country. They are the transitional economy and they are doing very well, and we are hoping a lot from them in the future. And if you see the share of the largest company by market capitalization, then you can see that from 2002 to 2017, the digital technology companies have become global leader by market capitalization. Earlier, the electrical companies are far ahead as far as revenue is concerned. So, as far as revenue is concerned, they are still ahead than the digital company, but their market capitalization, if we talk in terms of market capitalization, then of course the digital companies are ahead than the energy companies. So you can see in 2002 there is only one company. The digital companies are represented by the yellow color. So Microsoft was the only one in 2002 as far as market capitalization is concerned. Then you can see that two company becomes market capitalization largest share in 2007. Then you can see in 2017 almost all company are the digital company. Whether we talk about Apple or Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Alphabet, all are ICT company, and they have the largest share in the market capitalization. So that itself, when economies are involved, then that itself shows that what is the impact of digitalization in the total economy. As far as electricity is concerned, traditionally we know that we are following the vertical integrated system. This has been changing because we are introducing reforms, and we are no more on the vertical structure. We have unbundled, and already having distribution companies are separate, generation companies are separate, transmission companies are separate. And if in this separate reform process, which is based on market mechanism principle, and thanks to the new act, Electricity Act 2003, and then amendment proposed in 2014 amendment bill, we have clearly gone far ahead for the process of reforms in the electricity sector. So there is another way of reform which we are going to expect in terms of digitalization in future, because you know that now we need to follow the industry 4.0, And what is this standard of Industry 4.0? It means that in each and every segment of the industry, we need to put digitalization. Then we are at par with the standard of Industry 4.0. So, in the electricity sector also, we would like to penetrate in every segment of electricity, whether we talk about generation, or whether we talk about transmission and distribution, or whether we talk about the uses of electricity. So, there is a possibility that we can have the data analytics in this all segment of electricity. And even in the use, earlier the transportation sector, building section and industry sector, mostly they are using fuel as a oil and gas. But now we are slowly replacing everything by the electricity. When we talk about transportation sector, the government of India has put a mission that by 2030 they will replace all the cars by the electric cars, all the buses by the electric buses. So you can see that how the uses purpose transportation we are going to penetrate in electrical uses. Similarly, in the building, for heating and cooling purpose and for uses, we are using electricity. And industry also, we are using electricity. So in each segment, generation, distribution, transmission and uses of electricity, there is a huge scope for data and analytics, because they are going to help us for improving our performance and providing us a cost saving. And this is not possible without connectivity, but we do not change anything fundamentally in the electricity sector. Only thing is we need to have the data analytics to convert them on a digitalization mode. So this is going to be a future for electricity business. The role of digitalization is very important for reshaping the electricity sector, and this is possible because of the connectivity combined with electrification and decentralization. This is going to hold the potential to create a highly interconnected system, transforming the way electricity is supplied and consumed. So we have already seen that power generation, transmission and distribution and the use of electricity, we are going to use the digitalization, data analytics and connectivity so that we can improve the system, and our system means our electricity sector can work with the standard of Industry 4.0. So basically in electricity sector, there are three game-changing disruption which is going on presently. One is electrification, means we are going to use in all the side electricity, like for transportation, EVs and heating. So electrification is the larger sector of the economy which is going to play a very disruptive role in the future. And second one is decentralization. We are knowing that we are going to have more dynamic system, especially distribution system, because we are going to use lot of distributed energy resources in future, because we in India we have a most ambitious expansion plan for having renewable energy into our system. In the Paris commitment in 2015, our government of India has done a commitment that they are going to add 175 gigawatt renewable energy by 2022. Last year they have changed this figure also. They have make this figure to 275 gigawatt. Out of this 275 gigawatt, 200 gigawatt we are expecting to add into our system with the help of solar PV. So we have a very ambitious, this is the most ambitious plan in the world for adding so much renewable into the grid. And what is the advantage? Because as you might be aware that the whole world is facing two major challenges presently. One is energy security and the second one is global warming or environmental concern. So for meeting both these two challenges of security, energy security and the global warming, the solution lies for the use of renewable energy. And we are going in this direction only. We are very fortunate in India that we have an abundant solar capacity available in our country, and we have a very ambitious plan to use this and tap this energy in future. and this is going to change the whole electricity sector. Of course, there may be certain issues when we have an integration of this renewable energy into the grid, but these are all technological problems which can be sorted out, and that's why there is a lot of research which is going on in this area. The third player is digitalization, and here we are going to do the digitalization in the electricity sector. It means that we want to put a digitalization in every segment of the electricity value chain, in generation, distribution and transmission, and all this is possible because we are going to have a smart metering, smart sensor, automation and other digital technology. And now we know that the one of the major thrust area which is identified by the government of India is Internet of Things, IoT, and this IoT is going to be used massively into the electricity sector in future. So all this electrification, decentralization and the digitalization is the game changing disruption in the future. So in another way we can see this, that electrification, decentralization and digitalization, so there is a lot of supporting technology which is coming up, and as we can understand, the electrification is very critical, because when we are replacing whole transport sector by EV, it means that we are going to reduce the carbon emission. So this is very critical for our long term goal for carbon emission, and this is very relevant also. And similarly, decentralization means we are going to have lot of renewable energy into the grid, and the key technology which is helping us, that solar PV. And digitalization means that we allow for open, real time, automated communication and operation of the system. So overall these three pillars are going to change our whole electricity sector. So I'll not go into the detail, but India is so important because the International Energy Agency has given this figure that in 2018 the world energy consumption was 400 QBTU. Out of this, middle developing country share was 270 and lower developing country share was 130. But what they have projected in future, by 2050 the world would be requiring 800 QBTU, and in this 800 QBTU the share expected from middle developing country would be 320 and the lower developing country would be 480. So you yourself can see that, because they have included India and China as LDC. So you can see that most of the demand comes from the lower developing country, and this is quite obvious because those who have developed, they are having almost flat profile. They don't need more electricity because their consumption, per capita consumption, is already so much more. So they don't need any expansion, but we need expansion. When our people are becoming progressing and our GDP is increasing, more people are going to afford more electricity and ACs and cars. So our consumptions are going to increase in future. So that's why the Indian electricity sector is very important. And we all know that we are number third, as I already told, in the electricity generation, and we are aiming to do a lot of good GDP growth rate in future, so that we will be able to eliminate poverty and providing minimum living standard for the people of our country. So I have already discussed this goal, which has been changed, and this was a commitment done in the Paris, 175 gigawatt by 2022. Now it becomes 275 gigawatt by 2022. So whole electricity sector, as I mentioned you, has changed after Electricity Act 2003. This is the milestone, and this act is so good because it has opened the whole electricity sector, and this act has given a direction for going towards electricity sector reforms based on market mechanism. So we know that we are having regulatory commission everywhere in all the states. We are having a regulatory commission in the center also, and please remember that all these regulatory commission are independent autonomous body. Once they started acting, they are responsible for deciding the tariff for the different consumers, industry, commercial and domestic consumers, and they are deciding tariff based on the technical principle, not like earlier when all the tariff have been decided by the state government only. So usually, because we are democratic country, so all the states, depending on the election, they used to take a popularistic measures for deciding the tariff. But now the tariff has been decided in India based on the technical parameter, and the regulatory commissions are responsible for that. We have done a massive progress as far as transmission sector is concerned, and we have done a massive progress in the area of distribution also, and the trading also. We have power exchanges. We are also having two private power exchanges in India. One is IEX, another one is PX. These are totally privately owned power exchange beside the power grid. And we are having a traders in between, we are having a many distribution companies in between. So in fact, we are doing a massive reform in the overall industry sector. So I can say that we are moving from the present power sector to the future power sector. And what is going to change in the from present to future? Because in present power system, we are heavily relying on the fossil fuel. But in the future, we are going to use more REC, as India has a 275 gigawatt goal by 2022. It means that we are going more and more renewable energy in our grid in future. And also we are going towards, because still the coal is a primary source for generating electricity. So we would like to go for cleaner coal technology, and we also would like to enhance our nuclear power capacity. The present power system is basically the generation follows load. So this is the pattern that our generation followed the load, but in future power system it is just 180 degrees phase shift. Our load will follow the generation. So that is going to come as a very important feature in the future power system. In the present power system, we are using ICT, but and we are having very limited ICT use. But in future, we are going to use more ICT and smart meter. And yesterday, you might have heard in the newspaper that Reliance is coming for the manufacturing of the smart meters. So that is a very positive news for our country, because the player like Reliance, such a big player, when they will come into the sector, definitely there is a huge scope. And we have been in future we have to have more competition, because this is a very common understanding that when there is a competition, then there is a more efficiency into the system. So we are moving for the future power system. It means that our grid is going to become more and more smart in future. So why actually we are going for that? What is the need for complete change in the sector? Because we are having a technologies which is coming up. The smart grid is coming up, new sensor technology is coming up, lot of policy changes happening in the sector. And also there is one important segment in the whole stakeholder of electricity, which is consumer. That's very important, but they have not been given any weightage till now. As you are consumer, I am myself is a consumer, we don't have any right. We are only following one-way communication. The bill will come and we will pay the electricity. But we have no right for our complaint, and we have no right to choose. Like in mobile connection, I have a full right. I can go for Jio, I can go for Airtel, I can go for Idea or BSNL. But I am not having that much of freedom in case of electricity. So we want to follow our ideal sector is the telecommunication sector, and we want to follow that, and we want to give the consumer a choice. And that is exactly the retail electricity market. And you will be very happy to know that Mumbai is already operating in the retail electricity mode. Mumbai consumer has a right, and they can choose their supplier. They can either opt for Reliance, or they can go for Adani, or they can go for Best, or they can go for Maharashtra Electricity Company. So they have the right, they have the choice. So these things are basically forcing us to go for the new changes and adopt the new changes which are happening everywhere. So we can see that digitalization is basically penetrating, and digitalization is the key for the necessary agility and speed of decision making, and it is coming up It is very fast, it is coming up in everywhere and even in the electricity sector. So whatever is happening in the field, with the help of devices, we can, with the help of sensor and devices, we can connect everything to the control room. One second please. So in the control room, and then we in the operational center, the business processes will take place, they will take decision, and the business strategies can took place, and finally we can control the field by sitting into the control room. And that is actually, we are saying that through digitalization we are moving field to the boardroom, and the key for moving to the field to the boardroom is digitalization. When we talk about electricity, then we are going to put the digitalization theme for asset management, for grid optimization, for customer improving integrated customer service, and we are going towards beyond the electron. Beyond the electron is a new term which is coming up, where actually in the value chain the electricity are not becoming moving from one place to another place. It is becoming a commodity, and a small commodity area we are using electricity. So in this way we are going to use and change the digital transformation of the electricity sector in future. So there are several steps which are needed when we are going, and for that digitalization, for employing the digital technology, and of course they are creating more interconnected and responsive electric system with the potential to help increase flexibility, efficiency and reliability into the sector. So you can see that we are moving from energy silos to the digitally interconnected system, and this we are putting up in the both segment for demand and supply. And we are able to get all this because we are moving from low connectivity to high connectivity, and there are a lot of scope for data analytics, and we are able to collect data. And also the trend is that we are going from low electrification toward the more electrification for the building and electric vehicles. One second, I don't know who's calling again. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so, okay, fine. So we are moving towards the digital transformation of the electricity system, and these are the key that why we are doing so, because we are having good connectivity. We want to use electricity more for the building and vehicle, and we are moving from centralized system to the decentralized system in the future. So there are 4 key elements for the creation of digitalization in the electricity sector, and you can see that why we are moving is that this digitalization is providing us a lot of flexibility into the system. So worldwide, if you see that there is a demand response potential, we have not been able to meet the demand in terms of demand side load management. So there is a lot of scope worldwide to follow the demand response potential. So that is the one way where we are going for digitalization. Secondly, in the whole European nation, we are seeing the search for more and more renewable energy integration. You might have heard in the newspaper also that many times Germany whole grid has operated on the renewable energy. And the European Union, which is almost every European Union country is connected, and they are having one grid only in the whole European Union, and they are having a lot of share of the renewable energy. And whenever we are having renewable energy, we understand the nature of renewable energy, which is quite intermittent, and we are going to face a lot of technical issues, and these all lot of technical issues can be taken care by using more and more digitalization in future. Also, in a massive way, every country is going towards the EV electric vehicle, and as I told you, the government of India has put up a national policy, and they are expecting that by 2030 whole transportation sector will move towards the EV. So there is a huge scope for creating an infrastructure for EV, and if the EV electric vehicle are clubbed with the renewable energy, then they are going to give a fantastic result for us, because the EV and renewable energy both is the upcoming technology, and the proper utilization of renewable energy along with EV is going to solve many problems of electricity sector, and this is very very important for country like India. Also, we have seen that distributed generation and prosumers. I hope you might understand the term prosumers. You know, consumers, and if the consumer is also become a generating unit, and suppose I am a consumer and in my rooftop I have installed the solar PV, so I am also become a generator for electricity, so I am also become a generating company, and if I have an extra power I can feed back to the grid, so I become a prosumer. So prosumer is a term where consumer plus generation means prosumers. So this is going to come up in future. Bangalore has already have fantastic policies, and because of the net metering it is possible that every household can become, every consumer can become prosumer. So there is a huge scope for this also, and this is also going to help us for going towards the digitalization. So digitalization is a set of greatly enhanced demand flexibility with the integration of variable renewable, smart charging for EV and distributed generation. And the distributed generation is basically going to play a very very important role in digitalization, and this is exactly needed because as we have set up a target for huge capacity addition in the future in the form of renewable energy. And not only in India, but if you see the data from other developed nations, then in the United Kingdom, in the recent year 2019 March, they have given this data that there are more than 1 million solar power installation, and 93% of these are 4 kilowatt ones. I mean the small solar power units are upcoming in the UK. So you can see that this is the latest data from UK. Similarly, in the USA, in the California state, the total capacity of solar PV was around 456 megawatt in 2009, and this rose to 7,160 megawatt in the 10 year. And this is the data from the California distributed generation statistics. And more than 65% of solar projects in California are residential, and again more than 65% of the total projects are customer owned project. And this is very small prosumer level actually they have come up, and we want this same thing to be happen in India, because in India we have a lot of scope for utilizing the solar electricity. And for meeting all these different kind of scenarios, we are having different trading mechanism because of the change in the technological pattern. So because of now the more IT penetrations, we have come up with peer-to-peer energy trading, which peer-to-peer energy trading is simply can be understood by the example of Uber. So Uber is, you all are aware, this is a taxi service. So Uber is basically doing all the business based on peer-to-peer trading, and similarly that kind of trading we want in the electricity sector in future. And as an electrical engineer, we understand that our substation is a major backbone of our electricity sector. So as a very first step, the government has took initiative to convert the substation to be a digital substation. So you might be familiar, in the substation we are having lot of protective device in the form of circuit breakers and relays and the transformers, and all of them are connected. And there is a one control room where we are getting the data, and all this control room data is connected and coming through the wires, right? But once this becomes digital, then you can see that we are replacing all the copper signaling wires which are connecting all the devices to the control room. We are replacing them by the fiber optic substitutes. So through fiber optics we are connecting all the devices through the control room, and then we are converting and collecting data from all the devices which are connected in the substation. So then we can say that we are moving towards the digital substation. And these digital substation has a lot of advantages, like they are providing a lot of safety, reduced footprints, interoperability, copper cabling reduction, ease of configuration, maximum reliability, smart grid communication capability, real-time performance measurement. And so the digital substations are more safer to operate and future-proof and requires less space. So, as this objective, the Government of India has given a directive that more than 132 kV substations, all of them need to convert. And there is, of course, standards, which protocols, which we need to follow for converting this all substation to the digital substation. I'm just passing many slides because of the time constraint. I'm whatever is more important, I'm going to cover that first. So, as a second step for digitalization, the other important thing which where we are moving is the asset utilization. So, as we know that the assets are very costly in electrical engineering or in power system, because they are hugely cost oriented things. So, we want to make them their performance measurement. So, for their asset performance measurement, we are moving towards the digitalization. So, as a first step for management of asset, we are doing the asset management drives, and then we are putting them into the digital mode. And when we are putting them, like in the figure it has been showed that this is a transformer, and these are all our transmission lines and protective devices, and all these devices are having a lot of work pressure and lot of aging constraints and cost pressure, because they are very costly. We can't afford to lose this transformer, even if it is a small rating, because it is having a huge cost. So we are, this asset management is a greater challenge in the electricity sector, and we are going to fix the asset and their operation and maintenance and budget and their life increase with the help of digitalization. So digitalization is going to help us in a massive way for putting up the asset management in future. So with this figure, I just wanted to give you the brief background that how the digitalization is putting an impact in the whole electricity sector. So this digitalization with the help of data analytics and connectivity, as I told you, that these are the three main pillar: data, analytics and connectivity. With the help of them, we are able to do a lot of things for maintenance, schedule maintenance, planning and operational changes, like we reduce operation and maintenance cost, improved efficiency. And this, of course, when we are having reduction in the operation and maintenance cost, this is going to reduce our investment need. And when we are improving our efficiencies, definitely this is going to help us to reduce fuel consumption and the cost. And of course, all of them are going to have a positive impact for the reduction of CO2 emission, which is very stringent nowadays, because we are mostly in still today 60% of our contribution for the installed capacity is coming from the thermal generation, and we all know that these thermal generations are not very environmental friendly generation. So we need to devise many technology for reduction of the CO2 emission. So ultimately, when we are going to use the data analytics for the predictive maintenance and the planning and operational, this is going to help us in this all direction. Similarly, because of the connectivity, we are able to do lot of things in the system, like we are able to do a planned manner maintenance and reduction of the unplanned outages. And we are with the help of asset management, we are able to extend the lifetime of our asset. And of course, this is when we are having no unplanned outage, it means that our system stability is improved. And if we are able to extend the life of our asset, it means we are again reducing the investment. So digitalization in the power sector has the potential to bring benefit to the owners of the power sector asset, the wider electricity system, consumer and the environment. So it is going to impact everyone. So basically the whole cost segment in the electricity sector or everywhere in any business is divided into two categories. One category is known as the OPEX, operational cost, and another category operational expenditure. Another category is CAPEX. CAPEX means capital expenditure. So if you see with the help of this diagram that how there is a potential worldwide for cost saving if we are going for more and more digitalization in the power sector. So this data is plotted for the year 2016 to 40. So you can see that this capex is shown as a blue color, and the dark blue color shows the opex. So you can see that how much potential exists for the reduction of the O&M cost 5%, and the how much potential exists for the efficiency improvement by reducing the OPEX cost with the help of using more digitalization. And you can see that CAPEX means what is the potential for CAPEX cost in the future. So we can see that there is a huge cumulative savings for the wider spread use of digital data analytics in power plants, and electricity network could average around $80 billion per year. Saving is possible when we will go for towards more digitalization. I will not go into the detail, but recently I have published a paper in the Energy Policy Journal elsewhere, where I have used this digitalization to have a new business model for the whole developing country, because almost all developing countries has the same kind of characteristics. So by using the digitalization, new business model can come up. And here, because there is a lot of interconnectivity, lot of internet connectivity, we can assume that by using multi-sided platform, we can create a platform multi-sided where all other people can talk each other and cooperate each other, so that we can have a different kind of models in future. I'll not go into the detail, but if you are interested, you can refer that paper. But quickly I would like to cover that how in electrical engineering for the future research, because I have been witnessing that a lot of people who are attending this kind of web seminars are either PhD students or the new faculty member interested for new research ideas. So I just quickly would like to touch upon that what are the new research avenues with digitalizations in the electricity sector, and how these IoTs and ICT applications are going to be used for solving the various standards problems, conventional problems. Even more conventional problems can be solved in a different manner by using IoT and ICT application. So we know that in electricity sector we have been using artificial intelligence, and now we are going to use machine learning, deep learning, blockchain application in electricity sector. So as you all know that artificial intelligence is an advanced technique for optimization, and it is helping us to understand what has happened in the past and how to optimize the present so that we can predict the future. So almost we can touch upon past, present and future with the help of artificial intelligence application in electricity sector. And AI is not a new thing. It has been widely used for diagnosis purpose in electricity sector, for the post-fault restoration, for the forecasting, for the security assessment. So this has been used. Now there is new method which has been coming up in electricity sector, that is known as a machine learning. So what is actually machine learning and how it is going to be used for solving many conventional problems of electricity sector? So machine learning is an advanced practical tool which relies of course artificial intelligence, and there is a growing number of application of MI, which is a quite extension of the machine learning extension of AI. And because we are having a lot of good advantage of analytics and computational capability, so the machine learning is going to be used for solving many utilities issues, like for customer segmentation. This is going to be used widely. It is going to be used for pricing, forecasting, fraud detection, and predictive maintenance and operation purpose. Already in California, there are two private companies, huge companies, Pacific Gas and Electric Company and San Diego Gas and Electric Company. Both of these companies in California are using machine learning for different purpose. One company is using machine learning, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for load reduction prediction and demand side load management, and San Diego is using machine learning for detecting any hidden system issues for the massive data set. So future is lying with the machine learning, and it has been projected that there is one report which is Capgemini report in 2017 World Energy Market, and they are showing that in the future now almost 2,900 companies which are participating in the North America Internet of Things revolution, 401 companies are basically working on AI and machine learning category. And there is a huge money which is involved in these companies, and out of region over $73 billion investment in IoT, and $12 billion investment is coming up for machine learning and artificial intelligence. So a lot of money is there for these companies, and people are doing a lot of research for solving many problems of electrical engineering with the help of AI and machine learning. Another area which is coming up is a deep learning in electricity sector, and this deep learning is nothing, of course, again it's artificial intelligence, but here actually in the deep learning we would like to imitate the working of the human brain in processing data and creating pattern for use in decision making. We all know that our human brain is very sharp and smart, and it takes decisions so quickly. So our brain processing unit is very fast. So why not to mimic this into the artificial technique, and which is known as a deep learning. So this deep learning is actually capable of solving many non-linear issues. And as all of you understand that most of the problem of electrical engineering is of the nature of non-linear. So whenever anything is non-linear, it is going to be solved with the help of deep learning in electricity sector. So this deep learning is also coming up in a massive way, and again we can solve many conventional problems with the help of deep learning. Another thing which is coming up in electricity sector is a blockchain, and as you all understand that this blockchain is nothing but a incorruptible digital ledger, where we can have the reporting of all economic transactions that is happening in the sector. So this I will not go into the detail, but for this blockchain you can refer that. So only thing is that the lot of transparencies which I was about to discuss is about the new business model which I have proposed and published, and which is using multi-sided platform, and which is going to help us for transforming the businesses of electricity sector, especially distribution sector. Why? Because distribution sector is very important sector. And why distribution sector is very important? Because money will come back to the system through distribution only. So if your distribution sector is not healthy, money is not going to be come up into the last segment. So if distribution sector is not healthy, nobody is healthy. So, and we know that all our distribution companies are not doing very well. If you want to compare your generation sector and transmission sector with the best practices in the world, we can very proudly say that we are at par with any developed nation as far as generation and transmission is concerned. But we are lacking and that is the weakest change in the whole value chain of electricity sector, and that is distribution sector. So presently the government is putting a lot of emphasis, and again because of the new technology which is coming up, the distribution sector is becoming very very dynamic. So I have proposed in this paper that how we can propose a new business model by using multi-sided platform for the distribution, improving the distribution performance. So I can just one more. So we can see that future energy system is going to become more and more complex, because you can see that lot of technology, new technology is coming up. The customer also going to take part in electricity. We are having distributed generation in the future electricity sector. We are going to have a electric vehicle. We are going to have a data analytics and lot of advanced metering infrastructure, demand side mode management. So lot of future electricity sector is going to become more and more dynamic, and for this to make them stable with all this new complicated phenomena, we need to have proper management with the help of digitalization in future. So there is a need for leadership for and policy making in this direction, so that we can make our electricity sector work on the industry 4.0 standard in future. So I would like to conclude with this point that digital technologies have tremendous potential to contribute to the growth of the sector, and this is going to help to deliver exceptional shareholder, customers and environmental value. So there is an opportunity for all the participants. The future of electricity is unprecedented, and it is full of digital promise. So nothing is possible whenever there is no economic value. So there is a lot of economic value, and this has been given by the World Economic Forum, and they are estimating that there are $1.3 trillion of value to be captured globally with the digitalization. And the digitalization and IoT is almost the same term. And why it is happening? That because ultimately there is a reduction is happening in the technology. So cost is reducing, cost of sensors are reducing, cost of internet connectivity is reducing, cost of processing is reducing, and that all is helping us to go for that. So we are already able to provide power to all, and our next objective is to provide power to all for 24/7. And I would like to quote in Hindi. I don't know whether you will understand or not, but that quote was given by Narendra Modi ji, our honorable Prime Minister. माना कि अंधेरा घना है, लेकिन दिया जलाना कहाँ मना है. So thank you very much and for listening me, and of course this is a very one-way kind of a talk, but I will feel very honored and happy if you have anything to ask. And again, thanks to the VC sir, Subhashivasi Rao ji, for giving this opportunity.
Yeah, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Want to question is put from the participant side.
Okay.
You are getting the question and answer box, or I should read you?
Yes, I can read that in the chat box. Yes, I can read. Yeah. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, madam. I joined little late, madam.
No, sir. It is nice to see you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
And thank you for giving this opportunity. Yes.
Thank you, madam.
So there is a first question is that will upcoming power sector will transform totally on renewable? Oh, that is very futuristic goal, and as we are presently 375 gigawatt installed capacity, and we are aiming to have 275 gigawatt capacity by addition by renewable in the future. So it's a huge addition by renewable energy, but of course if someday if we will totally transform our renewable energy, that is a dream come true. And you might be knowing that Germany has already shifted, and they have the capability for meeting the whole demand by renewable energy. But Germany is a very small country, but we are a big country, and in future we need a lot of electricity. We are known as an energy hungry country, but of course that is a dream come true if we will switch over totally to the renewable energy, because renewable energy is going to answer both the challenge which India is going to face in terms of energy security, because we don't want to rely more on the fossil fuel because of the environmental concern also. So yes, if that will happen, that is a very good, very good thing. Yeah, and I'm not able to see any other question.
Hello,
Yeah, yeah, Dr. Amrit.
madam. Madam, I'm Dr. Amrendra.
Yes, yes,
I'm
please.
having a small clarification. So
Yes,
we are going for most installation of 275 gigawatt. Just you mentioned renewable energy.
yes.
From the source side, it is a positive aspect point of view. But when we are seeing from the grid side, when the
Yes.
things of renewable energy is increasing, there is a lot of complexities, non-linearities, and is this digitalization is going to solve these problems?
Sirs, yes, there is a lot of issues which are going to come up when we are going to integrate the renewable energy into the grid.
Because when
And
we are
this,
studying renewable, it is a most unstable and
yes, yes,
they don't
it's
have
having,
responsibility
yes,
of
yes,
power quality.
yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
That is true.
That
So
problems is
that,
we can
yes.
solve with a lot of legislation. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a lot of things and lot of research is happening in the controller design. So with that,
Yes,
controller
yes.
design, we can solve these issues. But
Hmm.
only thing is, then suppose EV is
Yes.
going to come up in the future, as we are massively planning to shift
Yes.
towards EV. So when EV is clubbed with renewable energy, EV
Yes. Yes.
capacity can take care when of this flexibility nature.
Okay.
So there are many things which are
Okay.
new things are like we are not going, all the electricity is not going to be in the grid. There is a possibility that community wise we are going to utilize this, so there is no need for
Yes. Yes.
transformation. But that lot of things can be done,
Hmm.
but of course there is a possibility of lot of technical challenge when we are doing integration of the renewable energy in the grid. And that's why a lot of research, you might be seeing that lot of research is going on in this direction, that how we can control the quality, power quality issues, and how we can control this intermittent nature by putting a lot of new controller, and a lot of research is going on in this direction. And I'm very sure when EV will come, then we are going to address 50% of the issue of these flexibility issues of the renewable energy in future.
Yes, because in the this prosumers concept, we cannot predict where the problem will come. We have
Yeah, presently actually a new different thing is coming up, sir. Because earlier we were
yes,
having this problem that our demand supply gap is not matching. But now what is happening? We have the capacity and there is no user.
yes,
So we really want EV to come up, so that
yes, yes,
when we are having
yes,
generation capacity and when we are not able to use this generation capacity, our plant load factor is less. We don't want to
yes,
operate at a low plant factor. So we want a
yes.
load. So that's why many distribution, when I talk to the DISCOM
Mm-hmm.
people, they are very much afraid. They are saying that if everybody will go for solar PV, what will happen to our businesses? Because we have electricity and there is no taker of electricity. So that
Yes,
also we
yes,
need to take care. But on the other end, if you talk to
yes.
the many people in the villages, they are still not able to get electricity 24 by 7, 24 by 7. So feeder segregation work
Mm-hmm.
is already going on, so that we can provide for the rural people also electricity for 24 by 7.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, Asim Datta sir?
Asim sir, are you?
Yeah. Thank you, madam. And we are happy here. Our honorable Vice Chancellor sir also here. Sir, Vice Chancellor sir, are you getting me?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Would you like to say something?
No, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you, madam, for your kind acceptance and gracing the occasion and we're giving webinar. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you. And I can see the beautiful background
Yes, madam. I'm not
behind
beautiful,
you.
no? That's why at least I should have a beautiful background.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. Because your state and your university is located in
Yes,
such a
madam.
beautiful location.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much for
Thank
giving
you,
this
madam. Thank
opportunity.
you, thank you.
Hope to visit sometime Mizoram.
Yes, madam. Sure,
Yeah,
madam.
yeah. Thank you,
madam.
Asim Datta sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, madam, from our side also, I'm thanking you for educating us on this latest topic, digitalization and this market model on electricity sector. I thank our participant also for understanding importance of this topic and taking interest here in joining. Obviously, I have to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir. He is the key person for organizing this webinar. Only in replay we are organizing secretary namesake only. Actually, our Vice Chancellor sir has managed everything from the background. And thank you, sir. Sir is inspiring us for every time this type of activities and giving continuous guidance. Thank you, sir. Obviously, I have to thank our technical team also. Those are giving continuous support in arranging this. Our technician mainly, Mr. Suresh Kumar Singh, and our system administrator, Dr. Lalu Chonda. Thank you, and thank you each and everyone.
Thank you, sir.